Welcome to Released Results. This is our Course in Miracles series. We're using the Course in Miracles workbook, the ideas, as prompts for letting go. So that's the context of what's happening here. So I went through A Course in Miracles 3 times before applying letting go to the Course ideas. And so this is a little bit different because these ideas are very powerful. So if I'm still carrying negative energy, then I'm not able to settle. I'm not able to live these ideas. Like today's review lesson 111, miracles are seen in light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind and let me see the innocence within. So I hold this idea miracles are seen in light. And so, yes, it's a fantastic idea. And you holding these ideas in mind, you probably will make a shift into a very wonderful space. I mean, it's been a great ride going through the course a few times. Noticed incredible shifts and changes in the world as I'm experiencing it. Though, could it get even better? And so, if I want to see in light, could I notice any darkness that I'm carrying and let it go? Could, if I'm not experiencing my innocence, could I notice any guilt that I'm carrying and let it go? And these ideas then will be where I'm living. That's the idea. Could you release anything that's other than these ideas and find it to be the experience that you're having on the regular, effortlessly? You don't have to work at it. Just allowing what isn't true to fall away to discover the truth that remains. So, lesson 92, miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. It says here, I see through strength the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark. His gift dispels by giving me his strength to take its place. So, we've been talking about letting go of these idols that we've made to replace these gifts that God is giving us, that has given us. And so I could look at these idols I'm making of my weaknesses. Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have the health. I don't have the energy. The, uh, Looking at my weakness, allowing it up and releasing it, it is dispelled. Surrendering it to God, it is dispelled by his gift. And there's no telling what release you do where all of a sudden it goes, and please let us know if you have a one release and it that does it. Let us know so we can bring that in to the releasing process, because any release that you do, any lesson of A Course in Miracles you do, any spiritual practice you do, that could be the moment when you all of a sudden go into the freedom and innocence and light that you are and live there. It's not necessarily that it's going to take a long time, and it might. There's no rush. As I said, I've gone through the Course in Miracles workbook 3 times already. So let's release anything that is other than these ideas so that we can be in these ideas, so that these ideas are what is happening all the time, so that we're enlightened all the time, so that we're holding what is true and free from what is false. So let's begin. Miracles are seen in light. Lesson 91. Miracles are seen in light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind and let me see the innocence within. Miracles are seen in light. Is there anything that seems dark? Is there anywhere you've been focused on darkness? Anything that's been obscuring the miracle? And you don't have to consciously know it. Could you open up the unconscious, the subconscious, and just allow up anything that seems dark? And without judging it, stacking guilt on it, could you open and allow the light of God upon this darkness just by noticing it, acknowledging it? And could you feel what it feels like to be dwelling in darkness, carrying that around? And could you allow it to be lightened just by sitting with it for a moment? And could you let go of this feeling, of this darkness? Let it be enlightened. Would you let go if you could? Miracles are seen in light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind, and let me see the innocence within. Is there any darkness which has been obscuring the light of holiness and truth in your mind? It's a way of saying, is there anything negative you've been holding in mind? And without gooding or batting on that, could you just acknowledge some feeling that's been carried behind some negative thought, some darkness? Could you open up and feel what it feels like without any description, just shining a light on it? And could you release this darkness? Let there be light. Would you release this darkness if you could? Be lighter. Miracles are seen in light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind, and let me see the innocence within. And what would obscure your innocence, your light, your holiness, and the truth? Is there anything guilty? Are you guilty or unworthy of this light in any way, or does it seem like that? And without making a big deal about it, could you just notice anything that came to mind? Any pictures, any words of other than innocence? And how does it feel behind that imagery, that imagination of other than innocent? Could you begin to enlighten this darkness just by letting it be there, noticing it, feeling it? And could you surrender any guilt and live in innocence? It's just a choice. Would you surrender and see the innocence within you? Miracles are seen in light. I cannot see in darkness. Let the light of holiness and truth light up my mind, and let me see the innocence within. And there may be some perception, some illusion that you've done some wrong, that you're bad or guilty in some way. And that's okay. Without adding more guilt on top of it, could you simply notice any idea that you're not innocent? If it's ever seemed that way. And how does that feel? Could you notice the energy that's carried around this concept of your wrongness, badness, or guilt? Could you just ignore the thoughts and let that cloud come to the light? Just feeling it. Could you sit with this feeling for but a moment? And could you surrender any of this energy? Just turn it over to God. Let the light of holiness enlighten you. Would you surrender anything other than your innocence? Give it up, turn it over to God, and have truth light up your mind. Allow miracles to be seen in light as you are enlightened. Lesson 92, miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. I see through strength the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark his gift dispels by giving me his strength to take its place. Is there anywhere you've seemed weak, where you've dwelled in darkness? And that's okay. We all do it. Could you simply notice somewhere where you've been walking in darkness, weakness? And could you allow him to begin to dispel this by simply bringing it to him? opening up, allowing up any sense of weakness, any dark or negative energy that goes with that. Could you bring it to Him just by acknowledging it, allowing it up, sitting with it but a moment? Would you allow this energy of weakness to begin to be dispelled, just bringing it to light? Could you let go of weakness, darkness, and let God dispel it in strength? Would you let go and let God dispel any weakness or darkness? Nothing you have to do, just letting go, letting go. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. I see through strength the gift of God to me. My weakness is the dark His gift dispels by giving me His strength to take its place. And where have I presumed myself weak? Is there anywhere I've been walking in the dark? And could you notice how it feels to be imagining weakness, darkness? And could you begin to allow His strength to take its place just by opening and welcoming His strength to what seemed so weak? Could you begin to watch this illusion be dispelled just by bringing it up, bringing it to Him, allowing His strength to take its place? And could you release any weakness and allow His strength to take its place? Would you release any weakness and allow yourself to be enlightened in the gift of God, His strength? Allowing this gift, miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. Could you allow yourself to open to the strength of God? Could you allow yourself to be enlightened and see the miracles? Could you open to the strength of Him? Could you open to the light and see your innocence. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. These gifts are yours, should you allow them, though you will never be forced. You'll never be forced to let the light of holiness and truth light up your mind. You'll never be forced to see through strength, God's gift to you. Could you allow it and release any resistance to the light, the strength of God in you, the miracles which you will see all around you? Have the best day.